So for this week's Venn diagram for comparing and contrasting two activities, I chose to do multiplication, it's in the cards, and the Ocean Quest activities. So for these activities, I noticed that there were both similarities and differences. Initially, I noticed the similarities because they both included pictures and color. Not so much pictures in the multiplication, it's in the cards activity, but I noticed this in the Ocean Quest that they had a lot of colors and symbols, and then that was also a similarity in the multiplication activity because they used patterns and colors to engage the learner. So that was a similarity that I had in the both column of my Venn diagram was those images and color to engage the learner. I connected this to my own learning because I think as a visual learner myself, this would really engage me and get me into the content, and I think as a future teacher, I would use this type of symbols and images and patterns, all of these things to engage my students so they're able to connect with the content in the best way that they can. And then some of the differences that I found between the two activities, one for the multiplication activity was skip counting. I noticed that they used verbalizing when skip counting, so like speaking quietly about the skip counting was one difference that I found. And then for the Ocean Quest, I found that solving equations, so the content itself of solving equations, was different from the multiplication activity. So multiplication content was more about skip counting and then using songs to learn the skip counting, so that was also a difference. And then the overall lesson for the Ocean Quest was about solving equations and using these symbols and pictures to be able to learn this content.